Grace Kelly was born on November 12 in 1929 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States. She was born into a wealthy and respected family. Her father, John B. Kelly Sr., was a famous athlete who won 3 Olympic gold medals in rowing. He later became a successful businessman. Her mother, Margaret Majer Kelly, was a former model and the first woman to coach women's sports at the University of Pennsylvania. Grace grew up with 3 siblings in a large and comfortable home. From a young age, Grace was shy but very determined. She loved reading, acting, and performing in school plays. Even though her family was successful in sport and business, Grace was more interested in arts. She decided early in her life that she wanted to become an actress. Her family was not fully supportive at first. Acting was not seen as a serious career, especially for a young woman from a wealthy family. But Grace believed in herself and followed her dream. After finishing high school, she moved into New York City to study acting at American Academy of Dramatic Arts. She worked very hard and paid for her study by working as a model. Her beauty and elegance quickly attracted the attention. She appeared in magazines and advertisements, but her true goal was acting, not modeling. Grace Kelly started acting career in the 1940s. At first, she appeared in television drama in New York. Television was still new at that time, and many actors worked in live shows. Grace gained valuable experience and improved her acting skills. She was calm, professional, and serious about her work. Her first movie role came in 1951 in the film 14 Hours. Although it was a small part, it opened the door to bigger opportunities in 1952. She starred in High Noon alongside Gary Cooper. The film was a big success and helped her become known to larger audiences. People noticed her natural beauty, her quiet strength, and her graceful presence on screen. Grace Kelly became one of the biggest stars in Hollywood in the early 1950s. She worked with some of the most famous directors and actors of her time. One of the most important directors in her career was Alfred Hitchcock. He admired Grace's beauty and talent and chose her to star in several of his films. In 1954, she appeared in 3 major movies: They'll Aim for Murder, and Rear Window, and To Catch a Thief. In Rear Window, she starred opposite James Stewart. The film was a huge success and is still considered one of the greatest movies ever made. In To Catch a Thief, she acted alongside Cary Grant on the French Riviera. The film was romantic, exciting, and glamorous. Grace's elegant style in the movie made her a fashion icon. Even though she often played wealthy and elegant women, Grace brought depth and intelligence to her roles. She was not just beautiful, she was also talented and serious about her craft. In 1955, she won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in The Country Girl. In this film, she played the wife of alcoholic Sino. The role was different from her usual glamorous character. She wore simple clothes and very little makeup. Her strong performance surprised many critics and showed that she was a serious actress, winning the Oscar for one of the highest honors in Hollywood. At that time, Grace Kelly was only 25 years old. Her career was at the peak, and she had everything: fame, beauty, talent, and success. In 1955, Grace Kelly traveled into Cannes Film Festival in France. During her visit, she was invited to meet the 4th Rainier, Princess of Monaco. Monaco is a small but wealthy country on French Riviera. Prince Rainier was looking for a wife, and the meeting between him and Grace arranged as a photo opportunity. At first, their meeting was formal and polite, but after returning to the United States, Grace and Rainier began writing letters to each other. Their relationship grew stronger over time. In December 1955, Grace announced her engagement to Prince Rainier. The news shocked Hollywood and the world. A famous American movie star was going to marry a European prince. Grace Kelly married Prince Rainier IV on April 19 in 1956. Their wedding was called the wedding of the century. Millions of people around the world followed the event on television. Before the wedding, Grace officially retired from acting. She left her successful Hollywood career to become Princess of Monaco. The wedding dress became one of the most famous dresses in history. It was elegant, modest, and timeless. Many brides around the world were inspired by it. The wedding ceremony was held in Monaco, and people from many countries attended. When she married Rene, Grace became Her Serene Highness Princess Grace of Monaco. Moving from Hollywood to Royal Palace was a big change. Grace had to learn new responsibilities. She was no longer just an actress. She was now a princess and a public figure representing Monaco. As a Princess of Monaco, Grace took her duties seriously. She worked hard to support charities and natural activism. She focused especially on helping children, hospitals, and the arts. She created Princess Grace Foundation to support local artists, and later another foundation in the United States to help young actors, dancers, and performers. Grace also helped modernize Monaco's image. At the time, Monaco was known mainly for its casino. With Grace by his side, Prince Rene worked to develop the country's economy and cultural life. Grace's family brought an international attention to Monaco. Tourism increased and the country became more popular. Grace and Rene had 3 children, Prince Caroline, Prince Albert, and Princess Stephanie. Grace loved being a mother and tried to give her children as normal a life as possible. Even though they were royal, she spoke English with them and shared American traditions, while also teaching them about their royal duties. Even though she stopped acting in movies, Grace remained interested in the art. She supported theater, music, and dance in Monaco. She sometimes narrated documentaries and participated in cultural events. Many people hoped she would return to Hollywood, but she chose to focus on her family and royal life. Grace Kelly became a symbol of elegance and class. Her fashion style was simple but sophisticated. She often wore clean lines, soft colors, and classic designs. One famous handbag from the fashion house Hermes became known as the Kelly bag, after she was photographed, using it to hide her pregnancy from photographers. Even today, Grace Kelly is remembered as one of the most beautiful and stylish women in history. Designers, actresses, and royalty have been inspired by her look. Her life story, from Hollywood star to real-life princess, feels like a fairy tale. Although Grace's life looked perfect from the outside, she has also faced challenges. Living under constant public attention was not easy. She had to follow royal rules and give up her acting career, which she loved. Some reports say she sometimes missed her old life in America and her work in films. However, she remained dedicated to her role as a princess. She balanced her personal dreams with her public duties. She learned French and adapted to European royal tradition. Over time, she became deeply respected by the people of Monaco. On September 13, 1982, Grace Kelly was driving with her daughter Stephanie on Mountain Road in Monaco. She suffered stroke while driving and lost control of the car. The car went off the road and crashed. Grace was taken to the hospital but died the next day on September 14 in 1982. She was only 52 years old. Her death shocked the world. Millions of people mourned her role. Millions of people mourned her loss. She was buried in Monaco, and her funeral was attended by royalty and celebrity from around the world. Her husband, Prince Rene, was deeply affected by her death. He never remarried and was buried next to her when he died in 2005. Grace Kelly's life remained one of the most fascinating stories in the 20th century. She achieved a great success in Hollywood in a short time. She won an Academy Award and worked with some of the best directors in history. Then she left everything behind to become a princess. Her legacy continues through her children. Her son Prince Albert II later became a ruler of Monaco. The Princess Grace Foundation continued to support young artists. Her films are still watched and admired today. Grace Kelly represents beauty, talent, elegance, and dedication. She showed that it's possible to change your life completely and still succeed. From a shy girl in Philadelphia to a Hollywood star and finally real princess. Her journey was extraordinary. Even many years after her death, people still remember her with admiration. Books, documentaries, and movies has been made about her life. She remained a symbol of grace, a name that perfectly described her personality.